Triple crown, Robert Karanja. Dave, Will, and I are so proud of you tonight. You took our advice to heart and delivered an outstanding reflection today filled with wisdom. We toast to you today for the masterclass that you have delivered. First thing, you took us full circle back to the icebreaker where you set your objectives for this path. That's a very noble way, actually, that we can all adapt in our Toastmasters journey, where we don't give icebreakers for icebreakers' sake, but set our objectives for specific paths, especially when we're on the second or the third one. This you summarize in the three things that you wanted to achieve, and you gave us very good examples of how that was done. Very well done, and this is something we can apply right away. Secondly, you had specific tools on your learning journey. I really identified specifically with the storytelling framework, which is timely for me as I refine my speech for the contest on Saturday. That was very timely, very well done. For life, I loved how you handled the hot button topics. Your juxtaposition of Trump and the Clinton debate to the gender roles in marriage was very clever. More so, I loved how you rationalized on being happy than eating gourmet meals in relation to your home, and how you brought us into a little secret. Don't tell her. How very Dave Chappelle of you. Lastly, there was the very personal learning on vocal variety using emotional engagement. I loved that lesson because I'm one of those who's very, very frustrated when I ask people about a wedding and they give me the 2-3 lines about how the wedding was. I want the details. I want to know what she was wearing. Did he cry? How long was the kiss? What was the food? And all those things. So clearly, when we have an emotional engagement or connection with something, like you and I do with Dave Chappelle, then we remember every specific detail. Now, the only thing that would have made this story more outstanding than it already was for Dave Chappelle himself to make an appearance at this meeting. Having said that, where not possible, perhaps you may have tried to impersonate him, perhaps adopting an American accent or part of his posture and telling us a joke like he did, to help us immerse ourselves into this comedian that you love so much. Or otherwise, perhaps use a visual aid like a video or soundbite, especially for those who do not know who Dave Chappelle is. Given this is your terminal project, these are things that would have been useful to make your project more outstanding. In summary, you have imparted wisdom by giving us tools, perhaps use dialogue and visual aids in future. I toast to you, and I look forward to your distinguished Toastmasters speech celebration. Back to you, GE.